Victor Mishalow is an Australian-born Canadian bandurist, educator, composer, conductor, and musicologist. Biography. Born the 4th of April 1960, in Sydney, Australia, Mishalow began studying the bandura in 1970, initially with Peter Doroshnij playing in the HNAT Kokevich Ukrainian bandurist ensemble, and from 1974 with Rihori Barjul in Sydney. He was the first in Australia to do his practical HSC music performance exam at Carlingford High School on the bandura. In 1978 he received grants and scholarships from the Australia Council for the Arts and the NSW Premier's Department to undertake advanced studies in bandura in North America, where he studied under Peter Honkarenko, Peter Kaitasti, Rihori Kaitasti, Vasil Yemets and Leonid Haydamaka. In 1979 he received a scholarship to attend the Kiev Conservatory, where he studied bandura under Professor Serhiy Bashtan, conducting under Professor Mikolashko, and voice under Professor Marina Yehorichev. While in Kiev he also attended evening classes at Kiev University and privately studied traditional Kobza art under Georgy Tkachenko. Returning to Australia, Mishalow started to popularize bandura by forming trios and ensembles and organizing seminars in Adelaide, Melbourne, Canberra, Sydney. He graduated from Sydney University in 1984 with a double major in musicology and ethnomusicology, continuing postgraduate studies at the Sydney College of Advanced Education (DIP-Ed) in music education, and then the Kiev Conservatory. In February 2009 he successfully defended his candidate of science dissertation on the cultural and artistic aspects of the genesis and development of performance on the Kharkiv bandura at the Kharkiv State Academy of Culture. His opponents were Dr. Igor Matsievsky from the St. Petersburg Conservatory and Dr. Mykola Davidov from the Kiev Conservatory. Mishalow has performed widely throughout Australia, North America and Europe. He has been associated with a variety of artists and artistic groups such as the Tommy Tycho International Orchestra, the Toronto Symphony Orchestra and Orchestra Toronto, the Sydney Theatre Company, the Ukrainian Bandurist Chorus and numerous dance companies. His music has been aired in Australia on ABC Radio and non-commercial stations. In 1988 he settled in Toronto, Canada, where he teaches bandura in musical schools, while also touring and performing as a soloist instrumentalist. In 1991 he founded the Canadian Bandurist Capella. In 2013 he became an adjunct research fellow at Monash University, Melbourne, Australia. Awards. Victor Mishalow was awarded the title of Merited Artist of Ukraine by Ukrainian President Leonid Kuchma in October 1999. In August 2009 he was awarded the Order of Merit Third Class by Ukrainian President Viktor Yushchenko and the Medal of Cossack Glory from the Hetman of the Ukrainian Cossacks for his services to Ukrainian musical culture. Recordings. Solo 1982 Bandura Yevshin YFP 1017. 1985 Bandura 2 Yevshin YFP 1035. 1986 The Classical Bandura Freefall 3002. 1988 Cossack Songs of the 17th-18th Century Yevshin 1050. 1989 The Classical Bandura Yevshin. 1990 The Best of Bandura Yevshin 1070. 1997 Bandura Magic Yevshin 1153. 1998 Bandura Christmas Magic Yevshin 1154. Compilations 1983 The Huldra Folk. 1984 The Huldra Folk Adelaide Folk Festival. 1984 The Huldra Folk in Concert. 1985 Victor and Yuri, The Huldra Folk. 1985 True Believers, Free Fall. 1986 Victor and Yuri in concert at the National Folk Festival. 1987 The Drover's Dog, Freefall, 1988 The Northwest Folklife Festival, Volume 10, 1988 The Huldra Folk Live in London, 1991 to 20 Years of Folklife CD, 1993 Other Worlds, The Ukrainian Bandura, Jack Straw Productions JSPOW3, 1996 Victor Oratorio, Sacred Dnipro, 1999 A Union of Strings CD, 2001 Strings of Soul, P. Canadian Bandura Foundation, 2002 Under the Skin, SMK Productions, SMK CD 0004, Videos 2001 Playing the Bandura, Yevshin YV 201, Film Music 1988 Kobzar Victor Mishalow, 1990 Sledovit na Severmoje, 1998 Millennium National Film Board, 2001 Strings of Soul, 2005 Chervony Drenisen, 2009 William Vettersal, Bandura Maker, 2012 She Paid the Ultimate Price, 2014 Strings of Survival, 2014 The Babas of Chernobyl, Compositions. Victor Mishalow received the Australian Composers Fellowship Award from the Australia Arts Council in 1986. Classical works: String Trio, String Quartet, Sonata, Rhapsody on Ukrainian folk themes, Slavonic Dance, Bandura Concerto, Elegy for Williams String Trio, Ukrainian Christmas Fantasy, for Bandura Solo Spring Song, Ukrainian Rhapsody, Crimean Fantasy, 24 Etudes for the Kharkiv Bandura, Carpathian Rhapsody, Christmas Fantasy, the Bakhchi Sarai Fountain, folk song variation sets, vocal, numerous vocal and choral works, selected articles, Bandura, 1985, 11/12, 31-37. Bandura, 1985, 13/14, 45-48. Bandura, 1986, 17/18, 55-57. Mizinek v Folk Instruments of Ukraine, Beta Books, Melbourne, Australia, 1987-48. Bandura, 1988, 23-24, 22-30. 10, IV, 1988, 6, 100, 1977. Mishalow v. A Brief Description of the Zinkiv Method of Bandura Playing, Bandura, 1982, 2/6, 23-26. Mishalow v. The Kharkiv Style No. 1, Bandura, 1982, 6, 15-22. No. 2, Bandura, 1985, 13-14, 20-23. No. 3, Bandura, 1988, 23-24. 31-34. No. 4, Bandura, 1987, 1920, 31-34. No. 5, Bandura, 1987, 21-22, 34-35. 4, Bandura, 1987, 1920, 29-31. 5, Bandura, 1987, 21-22, 32-33. 6, Bandura, 1988, 23-24, 56-58, 1983-68, Bandura, 1985, 13.14, 49-52, 1986-106, Bandura, 1986, 17/18, 1-10, 1986, 132, 110, 1987, 17-21, 1990, 138, 1991, 11-33, 9/10, 1994, 34-35. Mishalow v. A Short History of the Bandura, Eastern European Meetings in Ethnomusicology, 1999, Romanian Society for Ethnomusicology, Volume 6, 69-86, 2002, 5-9. 125 x 2002, 97-98, 2004, 3-17. 14, 2005, 2005, 206. Karpacki Collage Artystyczny by Letten, Przemysl, 2005, 2007, 3-21, 2007, 300, 2007, 146-191, 2007, 192-241. Mishalow Vhn80 Kokevich and the Bandura, 2007 p. 242-299, 130, 123. The 8th of July 2008. About I. Kuchrenko, 2010, 3-18, 2010, 123-127, 2010, 128-133, 2010, 245-268. Mishalow v. Bilvetasal, Master Bandura Maker, 2010, 266-269, 2010, 270-272, 2010, 277-287. Other publications. N. Y. Tub, 1986-48. Mishalow v. Collection of Works for Kharkiv Bandura, Society of Ukrainian Bandurists, NY, USA, 1986-48, 2004, 3-17, 1, 2007, 92, 2, 2007, 254, 3, 2009, 268, 4, 2010, 112, 5, 2010, 289, 2013, 352. Bibliography. Sydney, 1994. 1994. Marcus v. Encyclopedia of the Ukrainian Diaspora Volume 4. Shevchenko Scientific Society and the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine, KAYIV, New York, Chicago, Melbourne, p. 401995, ISBN 57702-10699.